Opportunity arises. Simon Davies getting in the box there for them, but Chelsea once again.
Drogba's effort! Oh yes! Didier Drogba! And Chelsea are ahead for the first time in the match after twice being
One
behind.
of the biggest memories of my childhood was watching Chelsea matches on Saturday evenings with my father. And of course, the legendary Didier Drogba had a reputation. Whenever he brought the ball down on his chest, you just knew the net was about to shake with a goal. This is how I've always known Drogba. As a football icon, a hero of my childhood, and the man who made me fall in love with the beautiful game of football. But what I didn't know was that the same man who inspired millions of people on the football pitch was now inspiring the world through sustainability in sports. Let me paint a perfect picture of how the E1 event went. October 4th to 5th, 2025, Lagos Lagoon was filled with thousands of Nigeria that lined the waterfront, some in Sunday's best attires, and all screaming for the teams they supported or teams they had just learned about that morning. The DJs played songs from Davido to Whiskey to Burna Boy to Victoni to Fola to Ayomaf. Even the fishes in the Lagos Lagoon were even entertained. When I heard Drogba had joined the E1 series, an all-electric powerboat championship that promotes sustainability and clean energy, and that they were bringing this revolutionary event to Lagos, Nigeria, I packed my bags and made my journey from Abeokuta to Lagos, Nigeria, and prepared to support Team Drogba Global Africa as they competed against some of the biggest names in global sport. We're talking about Tom Brady, Rafael Nadal, Team Blue Rising, LeBron James, Virat Kohli. And this wasn't just all about a race. It was more about a battle of legends trying to promote sustainability. I'm Ayolo Afolakumi Ogunshola, and today I'm taking you behind the scenes of Africa's first ever E1 series event. I will be showing you the drama on the water, the tropical storm that delayed the final, to discovering how Spiro, Nigeria's #1 electric bike company, is revolutionizing transportation across 8 African countries. But here's the big question: did Team Drogba win? For context, the E1 series is the world's first all-electric powerboat racing championship. Think about Formula 1 but on water and completely emission-free. These raceboat boats don't just look futuristic, they are the future. They have zero emissions, they create 80% less noise than traditional powerboats, and here's the crazy part: they use foils to lift above the water, which means they create no waves, which means they create no coastal erosion. It's all just pure clean speed. Saturday became very intense as team battled for the pole position with some picture-perfect turns and some unexpected wipeouts that had the crowd shouting Team Drogba, Team Nadal, and different teams. Then Sunday came. It was the race day, the finals. We wanted to know who was gonna win the E1 series event in Lagos. But Lagos had other plans. A tropical storm rolled over the lagoon. There was rain, wind, lightning in the distance, and the race was delayed for hours. The question was, when the storm cleared, who exactly would rise as the champion of the E1 racing event in Lagos, Nigeria? When the waters finally calmed and the green flag dropped, 9 teams exploded across the Lagos Lagoon. I was there wearing my Team Drogba jersey, screaming my lungs out. This was one of the moments for me, watching Team Drogba just float along the Lagos Lagoon and remembering my childhood memories with my father. Team Brazil, by the Clore Group piloted by the Swedish River, Timmy Hansen and Leva Melehagen from Lativa, had dominated the Saturday's qualifying, securing pole position. They came into Sunday with momentum, and when the storm hit, they weathered it better than anyone. Team Brazil claimed the maiden victory, making history as the first ever winners of an E1 race event on an African soil. While Team Drogba, carried out by Virat Kohli's team, claimed 3rd place on the podium. I didn't feel excited about this, but they did make history. Team Drogba came in as 3rd place, and watching Drogba on that podium celebrating African innovation and sustainability felt like victory to me. Team Berardi still leads the championship with 154 points, just 3 points ahead of Team Rafa with 151 points. The season finale is going to be happening in Miami and it's going to be wild. But for me, Lagos made history and I was there to witness it. Now, you might be wondering, how does an electric boat race happen in Lagos? Who sponsors something this ambitious? Let me introduce you to the company that quietly revolutionizes transportation across Africa, Spiro. They even created a special edition bike in collaboration with Davido, one of Africa's biggest music superstars. For those who don't know Davido, imagine Beyonce, but Nigerian. He has won the MTV Europe Music Award, BET Award, and his song Fall became the longest charting Nigerian pop song in Billboard history. He's a multi-platinum global icon and is partnering with Spiro to make sustainability look cool. I sat down with one of Spiro's team members at the E1 Lagos GP and asked the question, why are you sponsoring the electric boat racing game?
Why is Spiro supporting this event? As you know, Africa's largest area in Africa. We don't have 45,000 bikes deployed, and begin the Lagos E1. This is the first time we're having something like this in Africa, right? So first, in terms of being brand in Africa, and then first in terms of having Lagos as so it's only that we sponsor. As you know, the E1 is electric in terms of the power. The boats are electrically powered, and we are also paid in that space. It's only appropriate that we collaborate because of the events and energy.
But you know what made this trip unforgettable? It wasn't just the boats or the technology, it was the people. I had the incredible honor of meeting the president of the Didier Drogba Foundation, and what he shared gave me chills. Here's what he had to say.
So we're in E1, we are Team Drogba Global Africa. We're here to compete, we're here to be a sporting icon, but most of all, we're here to spread the message and engage people about sustainability. Sustainability is important for everybody on the planet, especially in Africa. We need to be clean, we need to be thoughtful, and we need the oceans and the land to be beautiful for our children and our children's children. So we're here to promote that idea and bring you on the journey with us.
To be honest, Spiro isn't just selling bikes, they're selling a vision of Africa's future in sustainability. Hearing what the president of the Didier Drogba Foundation said, I realized my childhood hero didn't stop inspiring me. It just evolved, and he's inviting us all to evolve with him. The next set of people I met were these brilliant young innovators from the Lagos State University. These students aren't just waiting for change, they are engineering it. Here are some of their innovations.
My name is Ifelua, and my project calls for a moratorium on deep sea mining. So we know that the deep sea is vastly underexplored and so little is known about it as compared to Mars or the Moon. And there my project comes in, introducing a moratorium not as inaction, but as a window of innovation. To me, I see the moratorium as a ladder of opportunities for Africa, in the sense that we can have more startups and innovation as regards recycling of waste. We can have the students build capacity, take the lead, and actually, stand as experts in this field. We can have Africa as the face of deep sea mining one day. So we don't have to be worried about losing out in the end. We don't have to be worried about our oceans suffering. Now we can just, enjoy the benefits of the industry.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Taufik Abdubasit Opeyemi, an undergrad from Lagos State University. Basically, I brought a solution whereby, sustainability solution, food insecurity, and also it tackles waste that are being passed into our natural aquatic ecosystem. So basically, my project talks about integration of biofuel technology with aquaponics, a solution whereby beneficial microbes are being built up to convert fish waste into natural nutrient for plants and also protein-rich feed for fish as well. Thank you.
While at the E1 Lagos event, I ran into my high school friend who is now an amazing painter. She uses art to cover conversations like gender equality, the history of Nigeria, and even sustainability. Meeting my high school friend was a very important reminder that this movement needs all of us. Filmmakers, artists, engineers, teachers, photographers, everyone has a role to play. Finally, I caught up with the popular Michael Sonaroya, known as Sunday at Ilashe, and I asked him, what does an event like the E1 mean for Lagos? And here's what he had to say.
Hello, what does E1 mean to you?
Honestly, it means nothing to me personally, but I also appreciate the fact that they're expanding their reach and coming to a place like Lagos to at least see what Lagos has to offer. We see we're the Miami of Africa, so I feel like it's a great opportunity for citizens and for people like myself that do events on the water, Sunday at Ilashe, to come and expand our reach.
As I took my ride back home, thinking about Lagos and the E1 events, something clicked for me. It was said best by the governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who said, hosting the E1 series is not just about sports, it's about innovation, environmental responsibility, and putting Lagos on the global map for future-focused development. Indeed, this event proved something crucial. Africa isn't just participating in global sustainability conversations, we are leading it. Lagos Lagoon became a global stage with teams owned by worldwide icons competing on African waters, and we all showed up. We showed out. We proved that our waterways can host a world-class event, and our cities can champion clean energy, and of course, our youths can innovate at the highest level. After having a beautiful conversation with some of these young innovators, I met a lady called Rachel. Rachel is an amazing photographer, traveling across Africa and documenting stories of innovation, culture, and transformation. Her lens captures not just images, but the hope for Africa. It shows the energy of change, the beauty of progress. I would like you to follow her work, and if you want to see Africa through the eyes of someone who believes in our potential, you should check out Rachel's work. Now that I think of it, I reminisce on my 10-year-old self watching Drogba's goals shaking the net and his green goals that are shaking up the world. How Spiro has created 23 million battery swaps. How artists are painting hope to photographers documenting the progress. Indeed, we are all part of something bigger. If you've watched this video to this point, I want to say thank you. No, seriously, thank you very much. A massive thanks to Spiro, Nigeria's #1 electric bike company, for providing me access to this incredible event and for leading the charge towards sustainable transportation across Africa. You're not just changing how we move, you're changing how we think about the future. And of course, to Eco Diversified International, thank you for covering my transportation, accommodation, and all your tireless efforts for promoting youth development and sustainability awareness. Organizations like yours are the backbone of this movement, and thank you very much for supporting me on this journey. But beyond these thank yous, I want to leave you with this. Did Team Drogba win the race? No. Did they finish on the podium at Africa's first E1 race, inspiring thousands and proving that sustainability and high performance go in hand? Absolutely. Sometimes victory isn't about coming first. It's about showing up. It's about representing. It's about being part of history. So here's my question for you. How will you contribute to Africa's sustainable future? Will you choose electric transport? Would you support green businesses? Will you study renewable energy? Will you create art that inspires action? Or will you start a conversation in your community? You don't need to own a boat or sponsor a race. All you need is to make a choice. One choice today. Now drop your commitment in the comments below and tell me what one thing you'll do differently after watching this video. And if this video inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this video with someone who needs to see that Africa's future is bright, clean, and electric. Let's all turn our childhood inspiration into world-changing action. I'm Ayoluwa Folakumi Ogunshola, also known as Ayofola, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!